country knows that Didmas Wekesa Barasa subscribed to the ideals and ideologies of the Hustler Nation. I have not left the Hustler Nation, but I am taking a 4-month sabbatical leave. I say so because I want to play the role of an arbiter to be able to bring different warring political factions within Bungoma to be able to sit on the table, to amalgamate their vision that have always divided them for this region so that we can agree on a common front. And you know, you can't do that by wearing a uniform so that, for you to be able to be accepted, to be able to run these things. And I'll also be taking the time to consolidate, to consult with my people on what I've so far been able to achieve as a member of parliament in comparison with what I was promising them when I was moving around this region campaigning for my re-election. I'm also going to take that time to be able to ensure that my development agenda is in line with what my promise to the people was, and engage with the other stakeholders with a view of ensuring that this region moves in one direction. It pains me as a member of parliament, as a citizen of this country, as a resident of this county, that we are unable to sit down and agree, because we are children of one family. So I have appointed myself as an arbiter to be able to bring the Wangamati axis, the Wetangula axis, the Mukhisa axis on a common table, so that we can be able to identify the interests of our region and try to see who is best placed to advance the interests of our region, either as a president or as a partner with the other Kenyans, so that we can be able to form the next government together. So that's basically what I wanted to brief to you. That is the big news, that I have offered myself as an arbiter. I am taking a sabbatical leave for 4 months from high octane of national politics to be able to focus on my constituency. Once my constituency is all realigned, I will also be multitasking by also engaging the political leaders of this country. If Raila Odinga and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta were able to speak together through the handshake, I still believe that we have room, that the political confusion that we have so far seen in my county, Bungoma, where we have more than 4 political factions that are always talking to each other, that we can be able to agree and kill 3 factions, so that we only have 1 faction or at most 2 factions. And what we are going to do is that I'm open to this dialogue. I want to remind the people of Bungoma that I am committed, I'm driven by the desire to see this country achieve her economic goals. I have a desire to see this country achieve her political goals. And I've said that let me take the initiative. I'm the only person who is entering this type of negotiations and attempt to bring together all these warring factions with a good heart. Because I believe from where I sit, I have no competing political interest with Honorable Moses Wetangula. I have no political competing interest with Wycliffe Wafula Wangamati. I have no political competing interest with Dr. Mukhisa Kitui. So despite my age, I want to be the first person to attempt to bring all these warring factions together. And I know I will succeed because, largely because we are all driven by the desire for economic transformation of our region, for economic transformation of our people, and for the prosperity of this country. And having said that, I believe that we are also going just to be guided by the same desire to be able to come together and we move forward. I don't want to be, when I'm walking on the road, people are asking me, do you belong to Wangamati axis? Do you belong to Wetangula axis? Do you belong to Mukhisa axis? So don't begin to ask me questions when you see me tomorrow having a meeting with Wetangula, when you see me tomorrow having a meeting with Wafula Wangamati and his axis of Athanas Wafula Mnyi and David Smith, when you see me tomorrow talking with Mukisa Kitui, when you see me speaking with Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, it is my desire to see them come together. And I know I will succeed because you remember when the first coup was staged in Fort Kenya, you saw the meetings that we were holding in various homes of various leaders, despite the fact that we were being tear gassed, being dispersed. Those meetings were born out of my discussion with the Bumula Member of Parliament, Honorable Mambu Mabonga. So I know it is possible that we can draft an agenda for our region, drive it, so that at the end of the day, that faction that will not be with us, we will combine our efforts and ensure that that faction disappears in thin air, in debris, before the 2022 elections are held. Thank you.
More question.
Yeah.
You are right, the UDA, but we've seen UDA losing all the